Hi, this is Stacey Hyde with Envision Financial Planning, and we're back for another episode of Better Financial Health in 15 minutes or less. And today I would like to talk about your identity, particularly your credit report and security vulnerabilities, because in the past couple of weeks we've heard that Apple has a security vulnerability that they are encouraging everyone to update all their devices as soon as possible to close this vulnerability. It was going to allow hackers to get in there and push stuff to you without you having to click on a link or something like that. So kind of pretty scary stuff. So it's important to update it. A lot of people have their phones set for automatic updates, which is really a good idea. But if you get notified on your iPhone, or if you look at the little cog wheel on the home page, it may or may not be on the home page, maybe a couple pages over, depending on how you manage your phone or don't manage it. But if there's a little red 1 or an exclamation point next to that, click on that and run and install that update, because you want to keep your device secure. We have so much information on our phones these days, and our iPads for people who use those. Make sure that you run that update. We also were notified that a lot of insurance companies use some software called Move It to transfer large files from one place to another. Well, this company was also hacked, and it led to a lot of people getting notices in the mail that they were subject to this hack. Don't disregard that. It's not spam. This really did happen, and they are offering monitoring by a company called Kroll, Kroll, free for a year, sometimes more depending on the company. But it's important. I would encourage you to go ahead and do that. You also can use this notification to freeze your credit report. What that means is that no one is able to open credit without you knowing it, because your credit report is frozen. For example, if you're in a store, a lot of retail stores want you to get their store credit card, and they'll offer you a discount on your purchase if you open a credit card. Well, if your credit is frozen, that is not going to be allowed to be opened, because your credit's frozen. They can't check your credit, which means that no unwanted credit cards are going to get opened without your knowledge. Because in order to qualify, like for example, when we took out a loan last fall, my credit report is frozen due to some fraud a long time ago. I actually had to call or go online and unfreeze my credit so that they could make that inquiry, pull that credit report, and then I went back in and froze it again. So you can do that. You just have to go to the different credit bureaus, Experian's one, TransUnion's another, and do that. So while that can be tedious, it's a really good idea to do it. Be sure and use secure passwords for those. Don't use, as I've said multiple times, you don't want to use your email password as the same password you use for your bank and other financial sites, because you want to keep those separate. You don't want someone hacking into your email and then seeing that you have an account at local bank A, and they go and use your email address, which they know because they've hacked in, and then they go there and they use the same password that they hacked on your email and change your password on your financial accounts or get access to your financial accounts. So you want to be careful with that. If your email has been hacked, one thing that they may do is they may change the reply to address. That actually happened to me several years ago. And so when people would reply to an email I sent, they were like, I'm getting this bounce back that your email's not valid. And I couldn't figure it out, because they could email me directly. And then I figured out that when they did hack my email, they had also changed the reply to email so that people couldn't tell me that my email had been hacked. So it is important to do that and use a secure password for those. I know it's tedious. 1Password is a great way to do that. So if you are notified that your financial information has been hacked, you definitely want to use the free monitoring that they have. Always an extra layer between you and the bad guys is not a bad thing. And keep an eye on your credit report. Secure passwords really do help. And then try not to worry too much, but if your credit card, for example, Discover, Citi, I know do, so does Chase, you can look at your credit report each month, and if your credit score changes a lot and you haven't done anything, that's a good sign that you need to do a little bit of investigating. Discover actually has a thing where they give me a report every month that if any of my information has been picked up on what they call the dark web, where somebody's trying to sell it. And it's been nice because last couple months I've gotten emails that said it has not been detected. So that's a nice feature that Discover has. I have Discover banking accounts and a credit card, so I'm not sure where that one comes in. But if you do have a Discover credit card, I think it is the credit card, it's definitely one of their benefits that's worth signing up for because there is no cost to it. But it is getting a little scary out there, but it is secure passwords, locking your credit, and just paying attention are some of the best ways to prevent becoming a victim. In addition to not clicking on unknown links in emails, that's called phishing. And if your phone carrier tells you something is a suspected spam, don't answer it. If you don't recognize the number, let it go to voicemail. If it's realistic, they will leave a message. And if it sounds fishy and they say it's your credit card, pull out your credit card and call the number on the back of the card. Those are some of the best ways to avoid becoming a victim. Thanks so much for tuning in, and this has been another episode of Better Financial Health in 15 minutes or less.